Hello, my name is Victor Peppers. I'm going to be talking to you about the history of the FBI by Roger Jeffrey Jones. The FBI originated from a force of special agents created in 1908 by Attorney General Charles Bonaparte during the presidency of Theodore Roosevelt. The two men first met when they both spoke at a meeting of the Baltimore Civil Service Reform Association. Roosevelt, then Civil Service Commissioner, boosted from his reforms in federal law enforcement. It was 1892, a time when law enforcement was often political rather than professional. Roosevelt spoke with his pride of his insistence that Border Patrol applicants pass marksmanship tests, with the most accurate getting the jobs. Following Roosevelt on the program, Bonaparte countered, tongue-in-cheek, that target shooting was not the way to get the best man. Roosevelt should have had the men shoot at each other and given the jobs to the survivors. Roosevelt and Bonaparte both were progressives. They shared the conviction that efficiency and expertise, not political connections, should determine who could best serve in government. Theodore Roosevelt became President of the United States in 1901. 4 years later, he appointed Bonaparte to be Attorney General. In 1908, Bonaparte applied that progressive philosophy to the Department of Justice by creating a corps of special agents. It had neither a name nor an official designated leader other than the Attorney General. Yet, these former detectives and Secret Service men were the forerunners of the FBI. Today, most Americans take for granted that our country needs a federal investigative service, but in 1908, the establishment of this kind of agency at a national level was highly controversial. The U.S. Constitution is based on federalism, a national government with jurisdiction over matters that cross boundaries, like interstate commerce and foreign affairs, with all other powers reserved to the state, though the 1800s, Americans usually looked to cities, counties, and states to fulfill most government responsibilities. However, by the 20th century, easier transportation and communications had created a climate of opinions favorable to the federal government, establishing a strong investigative tradition. The impulse among the American people towards the responsive federal government, coupled with an idealistic, reformist spirit, characterized what was known as the Progressive Era. From approximately 1900 to 1918, the progressive generation believed that government intervention was necessary to produce justice in an industrial society. Moreover, it looked to experts in all phases of industry and government to produce just that society. President Roosevelt personified progressivism at the national level, a federal investigative force consisting of well-disciplined experts and designed to fight corruption and crime fit Roosevelt's progressive schemes of government. Attorney General Bonaparte shared his president's progressive philosophy. However, the Department of Justice under Bonaparte had no investigative of its own except for a few special agents who carried out specific assignments for the Attorney General, and a force of examiners who reviewed the financial transactions of the federal courts since its beginning in 1918. The Department of Justice used funds appropriated to investigate federal crimes to hire private detectives first and later investigators from other federal agencies. The reason why the school board should put the history of the FBI on the school shelf is because, one question, how can this book enrich a student's mind? This book can not only aid a student in American history, but it will also grant knowledge of its origins from European history. The history learned on the American foundings of the Bureau and its in-depth history stemming from racial relations to formal law, now abolishing, giving greater insight to the American culture and law, while on the other hand, with the book's mentioning of ancient Greece police forces and the relations of the FBI are parallel.